scenario that my message is like about, we are talking about Black Lives Matters.
Exactly.
The message about Black Lives Matters is like being one.
Yeah.
Being seen one. So these barriers that we have to break them.
That's good.
How can we break those barriers? For children to see, the children that are coming up, like we are all human race.
Okay.
The same opportunity, the same life. If I have problem with Mr. X, I have problem with Mr. X. Not because it's an Asian or it's an Arab.
Okay, fine. For the first time, for example, Jane, I goes to you. For the first time in history, for a couple of years ago, even in the Dutch Invention, I have seen they've started this debate about systematic racism in Europe. So, what do you think? Why now they are debating? Why now they are talking about racism? Of course, they know racism exists within their society. The European system and the European society is being built under systematic racism of exclusion of black people. So, what do you think? Why now are they debating about it? Do you think they are worried?
I just wanted to go deeper into the first topic about concerning the so-called Black Lives Matter. So you said something interesting, and that is, and I went in that way when I started doing my research about it. The historical part of that. I mean, America had a story, and those black people in America are not African, not all of them. Not all of them. So many people are thinking the most of the black people that you find in America are all descendants of the slave that has been taken in Nigeria, in Congo, in Ghana, in Cameroon, in Nigeria, and they have got babies out there, and those babies are now the actual generation that are called falsely African American.
Okay.
So anyway, I just found out, it could be wrong, but I just found out that before the so-called Christophe Colomb and Amerigo Vespucci went to America, there was some people out there, but they said in the mainstream there was the Indian people, the Redskins, but there was some black people out there. There was no African. There was
That a little bit way more backward.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I used to meet some black Americans before I know that, and I was thinking that black Americans are my brothers and sisters. It's not wrong to think that.
Exactly. It's not wrong to have that kind of mindset.
But I was annoyed by that.
Okay.
And I was asking myself, what are they reacting so negatively when I see them as my brothers? No, I understand. But because some of them just know their own story, and they know that the mainstream or the school system teach the people that they come all from Africa. Okay, it is true. A part of the story is true, but not all. But not all. Nobody says that in America there was some black people. And all the time, the system in place, the white supremacy, so I know the system, the last name, try to show the whole world that those black people are from Africa. And they feel so insulted because they just have to feel that nobody just wants to recognize their identity. They get an identity they cannot identify themselves with. It's like you're from Ghana, and somebody comes to Ghana and say, okay, no, I decide you're from Cameroon. How do you feel?
Bad.
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah, bad.
And they are really frustrated. And that is the reason because some police report says that when you control a black guy, it is more dangerous than controlling somebody else. For example, why all the time when you hear that a violence happening to somebody was all the time to black people? There are Chinese people in America, Cameroonian people, the biggest African community in Africa, in America, are Nigerians. Why don't they have any problem with the police? Only black people, the native Americans. Okay, say something about it.
What you say now, what I want to add is this. The point is, this matter of racism has been happening ages.
Way longer.
Way long. It's because of social media. Now, that is why we are now seeing it. You get it? Now you have to sit in the comfort of your home and you see something and you can share without even calling. Like that. That is why people are now making I'll say fast about it. Because the point is, it has been happening way back. The death of this guy,
George Floyd.
Joy Floyd. If you read, that was in 2013. There was a boy, 17 years old, who got murdered, and the justice system didn't support him, and it caused one lady to even take it on Facebook. Another woman also shared it on Twitter, and then he added hashtag Black Lives Matter, and then it started moving, and it went dead. It's like, we should also understand that the politicians, sometimes they play things to their benefit. They play things to their benefit. The timing, if it will inure to their benefit, because Black Lives Matter didn't start
Started 2020.
So why
Started in 2013.
My brother said that it's because we are fed up. Like
One minute
we've had enough.
when it's done. One
We've
minute
had
you
enough.
get it when it's done. Continue.
We've had enough. So it's more like now I can't take the push again. I need to pull.
Yeah.
You get it? And it's good to also pull. But the main thing is that all life matters. That is my perspective. All life matters. And if all life matters, opportunity should be given to all. Police profiling that you spoke of, everything is statistics. If black guys have committed this number of crimes, and white guys have committed this number of crimes, automatically the tendency of a black guy to cause danger to the police officer will be weighted higher. But it also depends on the reported case anyway. If the white cases are not reported and the black cases are more reported, then automatically it will also inure to the benefit of the white. But I believe in statistics. I believe that the numbers do tell the game. Sometimes the only pains is that those in the policymakers, they hide the numbers so as to inure to their own policies.
To try to paint them that they're not the racist state.
So name the dog, give the dog a bad name, and when anyone sees it, they say, hey, this is a lion, people will start to be scared.
Okay,
I just want to say something. I'm not sure of that. It's the reason, because if you say something wrong, please correct me. Because I used to watch some videos about black people in America that was complaining about the way the police just controlling them. And they just felt by such as control really mistreated. I don't know in which way. I'm not in America. I don't know what it sounds. Just say that. So anyway, they just tell us that the system just treat them in a way so that they feel they feel a kind of inequality.
they feel something like inferior to the white people.
Yeah, something like that. They feel oppressed by the system.
Exactly.
And the second point that I just want to mention, it could be wrong. I don't know. I'm humble about this question.
Why not?
So anyway, the racism in America, that is my feeling, is not the same kind of racism that you will encounter here in the Europe. The background of America is different than the background of the Europe. I just think, I estimate that what it happened in America is based on that. But anyway, I say,
let me just come in there. What's happening in America is the most serious one for the black people.
Yeah.
Why? Because it's like, I think somebody said it here, like, they call them African American.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which some of our own brothers in America deny it.
Yeah.
Most of them will be like, you're an African American, they will tell you I'm not an African. They don't want to. Because it's like, they are not Africans, they are not Americans. These black people in America are from nowhere.
Frustrating. It's so frustrating.
You understand?
Yeah.
If you told me, if you are from Gambia, I said, no, you are now from Cameroon, how would you feel? I said, bad.
You feel bad.
But that's my origin, that's where I come from.
Exactly.
No matter where I am. But these people in America have nowhere to go.
Yes, nowhere
In their own country,
Yeah.
they are not treated like citizens.
Yes.
And Africa, where normally they come from,
Yeah.
is not a place for
It's
them.
not a good place for them.
Only the wise one among them. Who knows? Look, my ancestors came from somewhere, even not finding their roots, but they have this belief in them. It made it ease that, look, If I'm not accepted by the society in America,
I can trace
I
back.
have a place
I
where
have
I
a
come
place.
from. There are neighborhoods which I will give you a very close example. It's the same thing that's happening in America. They call them neighborhoods. These neighborhoods are people of color where they are living. So white people have their own place.
Yeah.
In Germany, what they did before, when the Ghanaians and some other nationality that came first in Germany, plus the Turkish people and all those stuff, especially in Duisburg. I'll give you 2 examples that you will look at it very well. Even a house, where you get a house, the government, the system tries to decide it for you, where you're going to stay. They choose Hochfeld and Maxlow
For foreigners.
for foreigners.
Okay.
They choose Maxlow and Hochfeld for foreigners. If you go and look for a house, they will bring you here. Why? Because foreigners are there, you can't go and live with them. They will give you a house because it's cheaper for them also. That's what happened in Maxlow, that's what happened here. The German people who are living around Hochfeld run away because they are too much
Auslander.
like, I don't want to speak German. That's
Yeah.
why I don't want to say
Yeah, they're too much foreigners.
And now you put them in a neighborhood where you suppress them.
Yeah. This place, we put them here. This is where you belong.
That place later now become a criminal place for them.
They make that place a criminal place.
The system created it. Now I'm coming. Just allow me to come.
1 minute.
Just allow me to come. The system created that people of color doesn't stay with their own people because you can't tell me they are scared.
No.
You can't tell me they are scared. My brother, if you don't know me, don't judge me.
Okay.
If I want to know you, I have to be close to you to know you.
Exactly.
But they don't want it. That is
But the thing, I'm coming, let me just finish this thing. I will give you a lot of examples in Germany because there are things that make me really mad.
Cool.
You can-
Now you can take water.
Because the thing is,
Yes, take water.
we don't have choice on our own life what we want. Even if you born a child here that's going to school, you go and look for a school. Likely you will be given a school where your child is going where too much foreigners are. 90% foreigners are. What is this? This is system discrimination, racism.
That is what they call the systematic racism.
They are children that are they call Germans, which I even doubt.
Yeah, you need someone.
Which I sometimes doubt who is a German. I sometimes ask German, who is a German?
Okay.
good question.
Because the people I know, through what I read from them, what I understand, if you tell me my child is a foreigner who is born in Germany, I will tell you, you are also a foreigner. Because you know why? If your father and your mother doesn't come from other places, ask too much of them. Evita, my father comes from France, Portugal, or Poland, or something else, or Turkey. You are born here. You are maybe a first generation or the second generation, but your roots come from somewhere else. So why telling my child who is born in this country a foreigner? So there are pure Germans. There are Germans who will tell you, I'm a German. Even Angela Merkel, if you look at her history, she's not pure German.
Yeah?
No. One of her parents come from somewhere, that's from Poland.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is what I'm telling you, who is a German now?
Yeah.
So wait.
Even the president is not a German.
What I want to say is that
Okay.
I want to add
Which
something
one
to
you get?
what you were saying. You know, let's now get back to the numbers. As at 2019,
Yeah.
1 out of every 3 migrants had an issue with getting an apartment. 1 out of every 3 migrants had an issue with getting an apartment as of 2019.
Why?
You explain it. 41% have reservation towards giving their houses for rent to migrants. And you know what? In as much as I believe in statistics, they say that statistics are like bikinis. You can take it and put it on any way that you want. But the main point is this. I always believe, let's come back to the basics. If you're to go back to Gambia right now, would you prefer to stay with your family, or you prefer to go stay in a hotel? All things being equal, you would love to be with your family. So the intent of them bringing migrants to places where they can find their colleagues wasn't bad.
I see it wasn't bad?
Wasn't bad. Let me finish. Let me finish. Because the point is this. I would even say that when you were traveling from your country to Europe.
Please allow me to come to this.
Oh, yeah. I know you're going to come back to it. That's why I'm giving the electoral punch here. You know, when you come back to Europe, the first place that you love to be is to be with your family.
Okay.
Right?
That's good.
That's the first place you
But
love
what
to
about
be.
if I don't have a family here?
If you don't have a family, you'll be given a family. You'll be given a family. Yeah, you'll be given a family. If you don't have a family, you'll be given a family. Because everything is about love. Everything is about love.
I will tell you absolutely that system you're supporting or kind of giving a positive side is totally wrong. Everybody has a right to choose your male.
Your male, yeah.
That's how you have a right to choose the standard of life you want to live.
Okay. Yeah, I
So if you say Mr. A has the money to rent a house here, but because he doesn't look like me or he don't do what I do, he cannot stay around here. You're wrong.
Yeah, you are perfectly right. I side with you. But what I'm trying to say that the intent, you know, for every law that is given, there is an intention. We have the motive of the law, we have the spirit of the law, we have different kinds of the interpretation of the law. But what I'm trying to say is that the intention of taking Mr. A to Mr. B, in as much as people have abused it, the intention was right. In a way to make the person also feel comfortable. That might be the intention. But people might have abused it in one way or the other by, after doing that, segregating them and then saying that these people are bad. Like I told you, if I go back to my home country, I would love to be with my family. So if you've traveled here, and let me chip in this. The perception that every black guy is also a colleague or we come from the same mother. When they see a black guy, like they see that, hey, this is your brother, more or less, it's also a problem. It's also a problem. But the main point is this. The main point is that when they take you to a place where you can feel comfortable, it's not bad.
I would say it's bad, in my opinion. Because why I would say it's bad is like, that has to be my choice, where I stay.
Okay. Just like what Ika said.
You see, Germany they are investing a lot of money on integration, which is started even before you enter their country. I went to the German classes, German school before I came here, because that is their procedure if I can be able to get a visa and come to this country.
Yeah.
And this is like integration. When we look, we will see the old folks that are living here, like Africans or other people. Because of this kind of scenario, that they are putting them at the same place, most of them it's hard for them to even speak German.
Yeah.
Integration is hard for a lot of people.
Because
Very, very hard. Yeah.
you go to the school, they teach you ABCD. You come back home, 20 hours in your life, you are only speaking your own language. You don't even understand what they are saying in their TV. You have no connection to the people. Integration means having connection, fit with the people. They always wanted, it is in their politics, to see that somebody who comes into their country to be fit in their system. So how can somebody be fit in the system if you don't create the environment for that person?
So you discriminate them.
The only thing they will tell you is like, you have to go to school, you must go to school. But that's not enough to learn a language. If only going to school, this Bay, I'm telling me, Even now, I will not be able to speak German. I can't. Because language kills language.
Yeah.
Now, right now, I have a problem with my English. You know why?
You
Because
speak it good.
thank you, but I have a problem with my English.
Bro, you have problems.
He knows what I'm saying. I have a problem with my English.
I've not noticed it.
But I do notice it. When I'm
Oh,
writing
man.
or when I'm speaking, I have to be careful sometimes what I'm saying.
He wants to speak like Obama.
I don't want to speak like Obama. And two is like choosing places for people to go and stay. I think this is wrong. In their German, in their law, they are Grundgesetzbuch. What you learn first there, this 19 sects, they have like almost like 19 points. Which is like talking about freedom of people, freedom of movement, freedom of where you want to go. As a citizen. They have almost like 19 sets of law. That one shows people to be free to wherever you want to move to. Then who are you now sitting in a government office telling me where I need to live?
Sorry, you're not yet a citizen. No? Well, you say as a citizen, but you're not yet a citizen.
Why? Why?
Yeah, you said you came to integrate. So they're giving you the chance to integrate. Yeah? So when they see, okay, he's okay to be fixed into the system, then you're not a citizen. So I think it's to my own, from what you explained.
Let me add up to
I don't understand.
But how can I be fit?
Okay,
Yeah,
wait.
that's another different aspect. If that's what you should say, they should change. Some people should change the way they view other people, migrants or anybody. Because I noticed something about there's nothing like white, there's nothing like black. Are you black? Look at your skin. Are you black? You're not black. Are you black?
Somehow.
Look at your skin, man, bro. You're not black.
Okay.
You know who's black? Who's black?
Okay. Now
Bring someone. Let's
Okay, continue.
Let's be factual. I like things being real. Bring a white paper or a white color. Bring the person you call white. They are different. They are not white. We are all human beings with different skin texture. So we should first of all push that mentality out of our head. This person is white. This person is black. There's Africa. There's Europeans. There's other races. That's the problem because most of them say, okay, they're Africans. What they taught us, they say monkeys coming. And they'll start thinking they're better than you. And it's wrong. And you on your own, if our parents had teach us something similar to it, I think maybe some of them cannot come to Africa and get rich and go out. That's true.
Okay. That you can comment.
He said something short.
No problem. You can comment.
I would say that the racism, I think the racism is applicable by people who are really uneducated.
Okay.
Really. So anyway, I experienced the racism.
Okay.
No, continue.
Objections. If it's like we are good, just say it.
It's just my opinion, that could be wrong, right? But anyway, I just noticed, I met some people here in Germany who was really racist. You know, racist. But one thing caught my attention, they were really stupid. In other words, they were so uneducated. When you go and you talk with people who have got a really good education, sometimes they're really difficult to find racist person in that group. Anyway, it could exist. Of course. It could exist. Yeah. But the chance to find such as people like that in educated group of person is a little bit less than.
It's a little bit less.
I want to say something.
Okay,
Yeah.
you can comment.
Education is an antidote, it's one of the solutions to racism, but it's not the solution to racism.
Yeah.
Why am I saying that? Let's look at this. In this country, we have someone who even named the street Molestrasse, like Black People Street. Do you get it? Look, the main point is this. Those, we talk of systematic racism. Who are executing that? Is the educated people. Someone who has no brains cannot execute systematic racism. So, racism, I always say that, is inherent. Like, it's not born, you are not born with racism. you are taught racism.
That's very true.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
very true.
yes, yeah.
That's
Very
what
true.
Yeah.
And it starts from the kid. Imagine, like in the kindergarten, a white child is going to look at a black child and say, where do you come from? I'm not going to play with you. And the teacher will look at this statement and say that, oh, he didn't mean it. You know, you will just say he didn't mean it. That section of letting injustice, like when a person say it and you treat it as urgent as it's supposed to be, then we can have solution.
Yeah, you minimize.
I always
the
say that
chance of-
it's talking about the issue doesn't resolve the issue entirely. It's about the way forward. The way forward is like starting from our household. How can we teach our children that, hey, this one is your brother, this one is your sister? Because look, it might sound like a joke, but let's look at it real here in Germany. You see the rate at which the black community are giving birth as compared to the white community?
Oh, well, that's a big issue.
Why I'm saying that? No, I'm bringing that to just
I don't get the point.
I'm trying to
even get the point. What was the next
I'm
one?
saying that, do we see the rate at which the black community are giving birth as compared to the white community?
So,
What I'm trying to say is that if the rate of racism are not treated with agency, a day is coming to come that the population here is going to be entirely foreigners. If you're to see people as racist, then the country is going to turn upside down.
Okay,
Sorry.
1 minute. You can comment. You can comment. Comment.
Okay, there's something I want to. With all these you're saying, it's not really the solution to this. To me, what I think is the solution to this racism. Because if you check where
He hasn't said it's a solution yet. He hasn't said it's a solution.
okay, but he's giving it as an option because saying it is as if now you're telling people that knows what to do. They know even better than you that this is the right thing to tell their children, but they decide to tell them the wrong thing. You're not telling them to abide to this advice. I think that's not the problem. The solution to the Black Lives Matters issue and pushing it forward is going back to the basic, going back to the source where it started from. It all started from Africa. Some of us let ourselves down. Some of us betrayed our race. We betrayed our forefathers. We lost our kingdoms. We lost our rights
Okay.
because of some greedy. I don't use that word.
yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
You can continue.
I don't want, and what you're saying, I'm not in the picture, but what you're saying is exactly right.
So
Okay.
we need to, we the youth right now, we need to go back there. We need to do something. We need to, whenever we're ready, we feel the manpower, the finance, everything is okay for us to go. We can protect our feet on the ground. I think we need to do something about our system, our government. We cannot say, okay, because it says democracy, we'll do democracy.
I totally disagree.
When you're finished, when you're
I totally disagree.
Let me finish.
No problem. Continue.
And you know,
Wait,
when I-
before you-
finish.
Hey, continue.
If we can change, let me tell you why. When I finish, you might a little bit agree with me. When we can build our system in a way that even them and people that are telling their children that these people are your problem, we know we will be attracted to that system, our own way of life. You will see that they won't see you and call you names because they know they are not dragging anything or struggling anything with you, because this issue of racism is about all resource control. If you're working in a company now, you're a black guy, they see that, man, this guy is coming after. He might, the guy is friendly, the other race is friendly with you when you're at a lower rank. But once you're rising, you become a trait. And this human problem.
I just had a question about what you said.
Yeah.
You say that you have to come back to Africa, to
Yeah.
the origin. What is your intention?
Okay,
in coming back
my
to
intention coming back to Africa is that we need to go back to Africa and take our system, change the way we do things, like the politicians.
No, I don't talk about the actual Africa. You said you have to come back in the old ancient
Yeah.
I think we have the time for
Yes.
I want to make
one last one, please.
Hold on. I want you to continue. Finish what you said.
The ancient African I'm talking about, if you check where the system or political system has never helped to unite us. It's rather building bridges among us, and this is the problem why most of us are fleeing our land, because we are not comfortable again. We are being threatened by the system. So if we can go back to those systems our forefathers once abide in, like if you go to the Nigerian setting where I come from, I'll tell you, we are not, the current central system of government is not helping matters. You understand?
I get your point where you come from. Okay, you want to add to it? You can add to it.
What I want to say is that what you're saying that we should go back to Africa. It's like saying that
He didn't say, no, what do you mean? He didn't say we should go back to Africa. He means we should go back and take a look at the system.
Yeah. Okay, but what I'm trying to say is that if you don't decide where I make love or where I show love.
Okay.
No. I'm in Germany and I find love, and I find a partner and I give birth to the baby in Germany. It's not the fault of the baby. That true love, the baby finds herself here.
That's not what I'm
So
saying.
the baby is innocent. All the baby knows that, hey, I find myself in Deutschland. So far as he finds himself in Deutschland, he needed to be treated as a Dutch.
That's absolutely
That
right.
is my sense of understanding. Where the father is coming from, it doesn't matter. What matters is that the baby came out of love. And the love that brought him should also embrace him. And it should embrace him by taking away racism, taking away segregation, giving the baby the opportunity that the baby